Now, give us some tips. Let's talk about some strategic. You've been in business, you have multiple business, you set them up. Walk us through this step. If somebody says, you know what, I love what Kathy's doing. I have a job and I know I can make extra money. What are some basic steps to starting? And then we'll talk about marketing your business. Walk us through that really quickly, please.
Okay, so number one, you really got to seek God first. I would, I really believe in seeking God first, Proverbs 3:5. And then get you a business coach, because one of the things that you need is a business coach.
Drop it
And
in
that's
the
one
chat.
of the,
Business coach. Sorry for interrupting.
yes,
Business.
business coach. You definitely need to have someone that's going to be in your corner. I remember when I stepped out on faith 5 years ago again, Worldwide Partnership Group again, I just, I hooked up with Angelica Cole, and we just went down a line far as branding yourself. About also, if you're going to be doing something in the community, I always say, be in there in the community. Don't just be there when it's time to sell something. Don't just be there in the community when it's all about you. Be there for someone. Be there when you don't have to show up. Be there for some individual that's saying, you know what, I'm having this. Can you come? And that's another thing. Writing the things down, and also having a good tax person, having a good mentorship. You definitely got it, because one of the things that we're having a workshop next Saturday under yes, it's yes, for Black Business Institute, and it's going to be talking with small business owners, and we're going to have a tax person there. We're going to be talking about and Dina is the overseer. She's the CEO of it, but we're going to be talking about all the things that you need to start your business, the things that you need to stay in order for your taxes, far as knowing if you're going to be a LLC or personal, also sole proprietor. If you're going to be that, you need to know all those different things. And I'm just going to get and write down your plans, write down your goals. Don't make it like it's 6 months or a year. Do 30. Start off with a 30-day goal.
Okay.
Start off with a 30-day goal. Start off with a weekly goal. What is it that I want to do this week? What is it that I want to accomplish this week? And then the finances, that whatever business that you're going to get into, find out how much it's going to cost you. But believe me, but number one, believe God, because if he put in your spirit to start something, he's going to position you to have the funds that you need, because his word says daily do he load us with his benefits. And when he give us the benefits, can't nobody take it away from us. And then the other thing is, make it like I have boards, like I'm looking at my goals and profit goal. Have a profit goal as well. So if you sell a certain product and you're saying, okay, I want to step out, but I'm going to stay on this 9 to 5 job until I get where I need to be at. If you're selling a certain product, like with me with insurance, if I sell these certain amounts right here, then this is how you got to know not just how much you're going to make for it, but what is it going to take for you to get where you need to be at.
The number, yeah. What do you need
You
to get
got
that
to,
number?
yes, because you can say, okay, I want to make this amount, but you got to break that down. How many hours do I have to do? Where do I need to go at? What connection do I need to get to? And not just connect with somebody because you go in there just to get something, but
Right,
also it's a win-win for both. How can we work with one another? Do a
right,
webinar with someone, and if it's something that you want to do and you know that you're still learning, connect with an individual that's been doing it for a long time,
right.
because that's where that mentorship comes in. But number one, seek God first. And what is your passion? So when hard times come and you're not making the funds that you could make, it's not, you're going to keep going. You're going to keep pushing because you have that passion. You have that drive. I may only have $10 in my account, but this is something that God instilled in me, and I'm still going to make it work. I'm still going to do it because it's not in my strength, but it's in God's strength. So I'm going to continue to run this race. I'm going to continue to push. And that's what you got to have. And then we have to realize who's in our ear also, because
Oh, that.
sometimes you can have someone in your ear saying, oh girl, you can't do that, it's hard, I wouldn't do that. No, we have to be careful who we have in our ear. We got to be careful who's in our circle, and we have to continue to have a positive mindset. because
Right.
when things hit, when life happens, when surroundings happen, you may want to say, I'm just going to throw in the towel. But when you
Right.
have someone, a mentorship, or you have some girls that's really
A
pushing behind
team.
you,
A team of
you
ladies.
you got you can keep it going. But when you don't, it's like, oh my gosh, I want to no, keep going, keep going. And then know your why. Why did I start this?
Okay.
Why did I start this? Know your why and stand on that word of God. Because like I say, I can't do anything without God. He's my
Mm.
number one source, and I thank my husband because my husband, he was like, girl, I don't know how you do all of it, but I can tell you that the many jobs that the many things that I do, he's one of my biggest supporter. He's like right there with me. Like when we have our different events, and he's right there. My mom, I miss her. I remember going to her apartment when I started Personal One Touch, and I got there. She had, she said, look, she had cut out the newspaper, and she said, look, your business is in the newspaper. And that was
Wow.
so precious to me, and I still have that. And it was Personal One Touch. And she was like, look, I cut it out. I seen it when I was going through the newspaper, and I
Oh.
got it for you. So it's just the little things, and we can't overlook the small beginnings.
Mhm.
It's the small beginnings, and number one, be genuine. Because people, when I work with the homeless, one of the things that one of the gentlemen came up to me said, and that spoke volume. He said, Miss Kathy, I can tell that you genuine because I can be out there with the homeless. I could be, laughing and joking with them and everything, and they be like, I know you genuine
Mm.
because I was, at the Goodwill shelter over for I think good 10 to 12 years, just going there every week, like every Wednesday, doing something to
Right.
educate them about insurance, and making sure they had to fight. I was like, we're gonna have some good food over here.
Wow.
So it's the value. I say, don't give somebody something that you don't want, no matter
Yeah.
where they're at. That's the
I love
biggest. Don't do something that you don't want. Don't give
it. Ladies,
somebody don't give anything to somebody that you don't want. So that's one of my biggest things. And number one, always don't take credit. That's why I say number one, ain't nobody but God, because He's going to guide and direct us in anything that we do, you
mm,
know.
give it to him. Ladies, I hope you have your pen, your notepad, your phones, and you're taking notes because Kathy is really, really dishing out entrepreneur strategies that she used, right?